Welcome to the Polished Phoenix, the home of nail art, product reviews, tips and tricks and more.
Hi guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we are going to be doing some purple acrylic and making it Christmas, because why can't you have a purple Christmas? Now this purple, oh my god, it's just gorgeous. Look at it. Just look at it. There's so much glitter and sparkle in there. I absolutely love it. Can I remember what it's called? No, I just showed it at the beginning, didn't I? No, I can't remember what it's called. Tranquil. That was it. And they're all from CJP, which is now, and probably always has been, one of my absolute fave acrylics, and really nice to work with. But bear with me, I haven't done acrylic for a super long time. I used to do it all the time, obviously working on clients, which wasn't really that long ago, but because I had a big break, trying to get back into it is really hard. I mean, after I did this set of nails, my back was killing me. And I mean, Mandy, oh my god, Hillary, I'm thinking about Handy Hillary, she's got 4 fingers. I mean, I used to easily do 4 or 5 clients of acrylics a day, and yeah, I'd walk around like a shrimp for the rest of the day or the week. But oh god, no, it's like I say, it's been a wee while. But the cover acrylic that we're using is Peach Sorbet, and I just think it's a gorgeous cover acrylic. And she has like tapered square tips. But yeah, she wasn't really playing ball today. She was a bit annoying. Tips kept falling out and this, that and the other. But we ended up getting there in the end. I just really wanted to use this purple. And I thought purple and gold. I haven't done a purple and gold set for a long time. So that is what we did today. So how are we all? Hope we're all okay. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas. I can't believe how fast this month is going already. But yeah, it's just, I finished off, like, I've already got, I'd say 98% of my daughter's presents, and they're all wrapped. But we just hit the shops today to get the last few bits for my mum, because I'm going down to see her. She's in Leicester and I'm in Liverpool. So we're going to be travelling down a week before Christmas and take all her goodies down. It's her first Christmas without my stepdad. He passed away a couple of months ago. So I want to make sure that she has a nice time. And she sort of, you know, is well looked after. What was I going to say? I honestly can't remember. Welcome to my channel. I don't know, you can pretty much see what we're doing. You see, this is another thing I haven't done for absolutely donkeys, is reverse French with acrylics. And I thought, you know what, stuff it, let's give it a go. It didn't turn out too bad. But it's been, I think it was February this year, where I stopped working on clients and just started to focus on the press-on nail business and YouTube. And I didn't do acrylic for quite a while, really. I gave all of my acrylics to a friend of mine who, she'd just qualified from college to do nails, and she was going to do clients and stuff, so she took all of my acrylics on. I thought, I'm not going to be needing them. I'm just going to be doing, obviously, with gel polish, this, that and the other, and then just doing press-ons on my YouTube channel. And I really do love working with acrylic. it's once you've got the knack of it, it's a really, really good system to work with. I love it. There's so much you can do with it. But obviously I didn't have any acrylic, and my bestie boo, Andrea, over at Pretty Little Nails, she sent me loads of Varnail Couture acrylics that she'd got in one of her big scoops. And I just got the bug for it again. So I seen a couple of people with the CJP, which is one that I've used previously when I was doing clients, and I loved it. So, and then I was introduced, I was a Vinted virgin and I was introduced to Vinted, and oh my god, you can get some really good deals on there. And then Black Friday hit and CJP was having a big huge sale. So if you go through my previous videos, you will see I now have an absolute shit ton of acrylic and loads of colours, and honest to God, oh my god, there's so many glitters. I want to put all of them on the nails all together, but obviously they're not going to go. But I'm thinking of doing my next acrylic set as a Grinch set. So let me know what you think below. Should I do some sparkly acrylic Grinch nails? Because I've got some really cool stuff from M's Nail Art as well that I can encapsulate and things like that. So I want to have a play. Now this this stuff from Sparkle Supplies, it's gorgeous. It's like a mesh, and it's got a gold leaf sort of attached to it. And I thought, that'd be easy to encapsulate into acrylic. I mean, why wouldn't it? Oh my God. I nearly lost the will to live doing this, but I didn't give up. We got there in the end. But yeah, so I'm just putting down some clear acrylic, and then I'm getting the paper bag, which I've done, like when you're putting like big pieces of glitter or sequins or something and you want to encapsulate it. Done this loads of times. Would this sodden stay in there? No, it wouldn't. So I thought, okay, I'll add some more clear acrylic. And then we'll do it again. Did it stay? No. So I just piled on an absolute ton of acrylic while holding it with my finger, and hope for the best. So anyway, I did that. I let that set. And then while that was setting, I moved on to the French, and then obviously, once it's held in place, that's when you can trim around the edges and things like that. But yeah, no, there was an easier way to do that, I'm sure. I've never used that stuff before. I've seen Lou on Nails by Vitty Lugo. I've seen her encapsulate with Builder. Maybe that might be a little bit easier. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'd have just... And you can't even really see the mesh bit. You can only see the gold. So I should have just put gold leaf in. And we would have probably saved about 20 minutes of our lives. There we go. Am I going to give up? I'm just going to pile loads of clear acrylic on now and just let it sit and just move on. There is always that saying, isn't there? Trust the process. Woohoo! So while that's setting, then I'm going to move on to the French, and I'm going to file it first because I want it to be a little bit more crisp. So I've got a really, it's like a very thin cone piece, but it's only a fine grit. So I took off as much as I could to get the shape, and then I do go in with a hand file and get it to a bit more of a point and make sure that it's even on both sides of the side walls and coming down in the middle, so it doesn't look a bit odd. But like I say, I haven't done this for so long. I need to just sit and maybe do all like reverse Frenches and just do some loads of encapsulating or something like that. It is one of those things that you need to keep doing. I mean, I used to be able to just, when I first started doing acrylics, it would take me when I was training, it'd take me the whole first half of the day while I was in college, which was 4 hours to do one hand. When by the time I'd left college, it'd take me about 3 hours to do a client. By the end of it, it was about, depending on if they wanted nail art or whether it was just, you know, like a full set of acrylics and then painted, it'd take me about an hour and a half, something like that. But yeah, so it is one of those sort of skills that you do need to keep doing. So I think I'm going to have to set myself a challenge of just doing Handsy Hillary, a full set every day, even if it's just a full cover set, just so I can get the knack of it all again. It's really weird. I've done it for years and it's like I've forgotten how to hold my brush and everything. Bizarre. Wow, we skipped a little bit there, didn't we? The middle nail I ended up going over with the hand file so it was set, and so I just filed around the edges, you know, where the bits of mesh and that was sticking over the edge, and there's a few bits of the gold foil that was sticking over, so that's all smoothed down. And then I think I'll go over with the clear acrylic again just to build up the shape and everything like that. These holographic gold snowflakes are also from Sparkle Supplies. I do have a code for Sparkle Supplies UK. Everything will be down in the description box, but you can get yourself 15% off. I absolutely love her glitters. Love her glitters and everything. She has so much stuff on there. There's so many different things, like ideas that I've got with like all the glitters and everything like that I've got from her with encapsulating acrylic. I don't think there's enough days in the week for me to get videos on my channel of me doing them all. Oh, dear me. I don't even know whether I'm waffling anything that's like productive or, you know, helpful. Oh dear, so that's just me going over now on that middle nail. Obviously with the glitter, it's not a core powder, so it does need to be encapsulated with a clear, or capped as we call it. So that's why when I put the glitter on, you kind of, with coloured acrylics, you kind of like paint it on really thinly, because you won't be able to build up enough strength using that alone without the clear. Also, if you're doing this on a person, before you put any coloured or glitter acrylic down, or to be honest, you can, even with the covers, do a thin coat of clear acrylic first. So when that person then comes for an infill or they want to change the colour or anything like that, you can just file right down to the clear acrylic and you don't have to like take everything off altogether, and you can change the colour that way. So I'm just encapsulating now on the French. So I've got to build up now this half of the nail with the clear, so it's encapsulating the glitter in those snowflake sequins, and also building it so that it comes down into a smooth slope from the reverse French that we built. Hope that made sense. Probably didn't, because I think I lost the will to live of listening halfway through even me talking. But I've only done half a snowflake on each side, because you'll see once I get to putting the bling on that there's going to be something through the middle of it. So it's not like massive Christmas in your face sort of Christmas, this set. It's just very sparkly, very blinged out, and yeah, and it's purple and gold. So I'd filed 2 nails, and then I realised I hadn't bloody pressed record. So here we are on the 3rd nail. I've just got my drill and I've got a fine carbide bit, and I'm just going around, smoothing around the cuticle, taking off the majority of the bulk, and just making sure that it's, you know, sort of blended to the sides. There's no bulky bits sticking out. And obviously it's quite sped up, so it looks like I'm rubbing backwards and forwards, but I'm not. So I'm like the file is on the nail as it comes down, and I'm lifting as I'm going back up, but I'm just doing it really quickly. I'm now using the hand file to crisp up the edges and the free edge, and just rubbing it all the way up, so it just makes sure that we have no divots and lumps and bumps on the nail, and that the surface is nice and level. And you will see in a minute, I get stressed out because the tips keep falling out. And one sec. So sorry, daughter came down. Yeah, so the tips kept coming out. I ended up giving up, just taking them out and then filing them this way. That's the only thing with these hands is, you know, if you're trying to practice the whole service on these hands, it is really difficult because of the tips. So I will get hold of somebody. I need to move all my nail corn around so I can pull my desk out and actually like sit and do actual person's nails. I'm still considering and ahhing on whether to do clients or not. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. So I'm doing that on all of them. Even though I've gone over with the e-file, going over this way with the hand file does help, because you can file from the bottom up and you can make sure that all the pieces have been met. And it will show you if there are any little tiny divots. I'm now going over with the mini mandrel bit with a 180 sanding band on. So because the hand file I was using the 150 side. Now I just want to smooth it out a little bit. I don't want it smooth. 180 is absolutely sufficient enough for this. If you were just going to do this and then just top coat, I would go over with a nail buffer, a white block, or you can buy the other sponge buffers, and then I would just top coat. But I've got gems and things like that to put on, so I think to still have those little tiny grooves in the nail helps them to stick. And I do have a little dribble of acetone in my alcohol as well, my isopropyl alcohol. I do have a little bit of acetone in there, so when I do wipe over the nail again, it does smooth it a little bit. So that's another hint as well. If you want them really, really smooth, just go over with acetone on a wipe and just rub them a little bit, and it smooths them out. Takes away all the little divots and that, but I like to have that little rough surface so things stick nicely. If I was going to do a full cover gel polish on any of them, I would base coat on top of here, and then I would put the polish on and top coat. If I was going to do nail art by like painting little designs, I'd just paint onto the nail right now, and then I would top coat or even base coat, depending if there was a lot of art. If it was only a little bit, I'd base coat and top coat on top of that. So she's all been filed now anyway, so I'm just wiping the crazy dust off. Dust extractor was driving me mad as well, because I was sitting so close to the desk. Every time I moved, my boobs were turning the bloody dial down, so my dust extractor kept going down, and it was just, Did you know when something, if I did this off camera, it would have gone as smooth as anything, but it didn't. So yeah. Also as well, if you noticed, after I'd finished filing and wiped down what would be the client's hands, I changed my gloves. Always remember, your gloves will only protect you for so long. So I'd had those gloves on through the application of acrylic and filing. So they'd had enough product and dust and everything like that on them. So it's always, I always used to do this with clients as well. So after that process, then I change into a fresh pair of gloves. So you've got fresh protection against, using gel or whatever you're using now. So I'm getting myself all confused again. So we're just applying gems now. I've got these purple, they are glass crystals. I got them from Temu ages ago, a huge bag. They were on offer and they are stunning. And then just some of those flat back gold pearl stud things. There's a few caviar beads and this gorgeous snowflake. It was just an odd one. I didn't have this in a pair, so I thought this would be ideal. So I've just done like a swoosh coming down in between those snowflakes that are encapsulated. And now I'm just adding some little extra gems, sort of like a scatter, just to finish filling the nail. And then onto the little finger. Now, this looks beautiful. And you know when you think something's a good idea, and then you'll see if you get onto it. At the end, I looked at it and I thought, oh, friggin' hell. So, using these like really narrow sort of teardrop gems, I think I got these in they're like a multi-pack, loads of colours. I got them from Temu ages ago. I thought I had 6, but I didn't. I had 5, so I have to go off and get another one. And I've put one of the flat back pearl studs in the middle, and then I'm just applying like caviar beads and building it out to a crystal snowflake. But can you think what is going to be really difficult to finish this set off now with all these little crystals and all these like gaps and stuff? Yeah, top coat was fun. Didn't think about that when I was doing it, did I? Oh, goodness me. Well, from my last video, I'd got through, that was the last few of my members for a shout out. So this one is just going to be a mass shout out for all of the firebirds in the Firebird nest. I just wanted to say I love you all. I appreciate you more than anything. And you have made my YouTube journey what it is. And I could not do this without all of you guys, honestly. I think it's about 10 months I've been fully on YouTube, working, doing the 3 videos a week, and the support, the messages and everything has just been phenomenal. And I just want everybody to know that I do honestly really appreciate every single one of you. And I love you loads. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting all emotion. Can't do that. It's Christmas. But we're getting to the end. So I just wanted to do a huge, massive shout out. On any of my videos, if they have screenshots, they've got channels, please go and check all of them out. They're all absolutely amazing. You will love them as much as I do, honestly. And so yeah, this one, what are we on? So when you're watching this is going to be Friday, isn't it? This gel polish is a Born Pretty one. It's called Golden Star. It's a sequin gel, and I can't remember the number of it, but I just wanted to add a little sparkle to those boldy bits. And I think it looks really nice. So there they are, all top coated. And yes, I gave up and I just went over all the gems, because who's got time for all of that? So I'm just wiping over like I would do for a client, and with a bit of alcohol on a wipe. Make sure there's no gel residue on the skin or dust or anything like that. Everything's nice and clean. Alcohol's really good for sanitising as well. You can spray and then use a brush, And then some lovely watermelon cuticle oil, which is handmade by the lovely Jo over at Nail, and it smells amazing. But even silicone hands deserve a little bit of love every now and then. And Handsy Hillary, even though she was a pain, she had a little pamper. And then I'm going to bring them in nice and close so you can have a look, and look how sparkly they are. Let me know what you think. And shall we do the Grinch next? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I really do love and appreciate every single one of you. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.